Hello, hello, what is up, one? What is up, all? Welcome to the Mad Poet Stream. Not doing a show as per usual tonight. Just going to sit and fiddle around with some stuff. I have not released my 65th album. I have completed writing my 66th album. And so tonight I'm just going to be playing through album number 66 and just kind of getting accustomed to the parts. Might do a little actual recording, but probably just doing playthroughs. I've played through a few of the songs already. I really like some of the stuff that's going on with this. So yeah, just kind of a relaxing evening here tonight. It's just kind of been a relaxed kind of day. I went on a shorter run than normal, only went about 4.5 miles. I normally do, around 6 or 7, so it's just that kind of a day. Therese is here. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you. And Obscure Mysticism Cults, also welcome. Anyone else who's coming in from anywhere else. I see we've got some people cruising in on Nemo. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming in, everyone, wherever you are. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We're just kind of sitting down and chilling today. My 66th album is titled Schizonoid Paraphrenic. That album title comes courtesy of my awesome daughter. She has named, as far as outside people other than me, she's named more songs and albums than anyone else. Therese got her cast off today. Excellent. Glad to hear it. I hope you're doing well with that. Hope you are getting full functionality back. Whenever there is a hand injury, that one frightens me. Speaking of running, I'm a career musician, so I'm very cautious about my hands. This should not come as a great surprise to most people. This was probably 3 months ago. It gets really cold here in the winters. In the middle of winter, I don't go out running because it's just like sheets of ice, and I know way too much about, head wounds and hypothermia to take chances with that kind of thing. But I was out a few months ago, and it was still cold. I didn't realize how cold it was, and I didn't put gloves on. And I'm out about a mile on my run, and I'm like, oh, dude, no, this head back in. I only ran like 2 miles because I'm very cautious about the hands. So I hope that is all going well. Yeah, Schizonoid Paraphrenic. 66th album. I've released 64 albums. Of course, number 65 is in the works, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well. I've written, obviously, number 66. I've written parts of number 68, and then I've written 4 other albums that I don't know exactly where they will go. 68, of course, being a multiple of 17, and as my regulars will know, every 17th album I do is in the Asymmic Writings series, and the Asymmic Writings series are always 52 minutes, 25 seconds long, exactly, just one song. And so I have worked on that. I've got some very cool ideas coming up for that. I really dig where that is kind of heading. And so yeah, and I've written these other albums, so I just thought, I should put some more of this stuff together. Speaking of album number 65, I have 95% decided. There's still a 5% little bit of uncertainty. I think I'm going to take out what is currently song number 8, which is called Lonely Stranger, Unknown Strangers and Lonely Acquaintances. And that was a song that I was going to do saxophone on. I'm still going to do that song, but I don't think I'm going to put it on this album. I've been saying for a year and a half this album's going to have saxophone on it. The only problem with it is I feel like the album stands alone better without it. When I listen to that album in full, which I often do when I'm out on a run, that's one of the places where I really kind of just test my mixes and stuff, it feels like going from Slayer to Kenny G and back to Metallica. And it just doesn't work. The Kenny G part doesn't really fit. Now, I'm actually a big Kenny G fan. I really like Kenny's work. And I know that he comes under a lot of fire, particularly from the jazz community. And he was like kind of cutting edge jazz before he went really mainstream with his album Breathless, which was his really big one. And I do think that's an excellent album. It's one of my all-time favorites, actually. But it doesn't fit in with the rest of what I'm doing. So that's kind of what's going on. There will be saxophone, and I think what I'm going to do is I've talked for quite a while about that I hope to do an album at some point that rather than being such a strong, more kind of metal-driven album, will actually be much lighter and be filled almost entirely with piano work with lead guitars over it, lead electric guitars. And I think that is something I definitely want to do. I think that would be a very cool album. I don't know when that will be, but I think that I'll probably put Unknown Strangers and Lonely Acquaintances on that album instead. And I think it'll just fit much better. When I listen to it, when I take that out and I listen to what will be the last three songs, which are The Reluctant Hermit, Waiting for Time, and Three Blind Mice, I'm like, oh, those just flow together so well. And so that's kind of what's in the works. What else we got here? Therese says, speaking of her cast, yeah, that was a hard one. I'm a very active person. It was hard for me not to be able to do things I enjoy, like painting. And that's a big one with you, because you do a lot of that, the art and the painting. And I know you've been into like calligraphy and that's very handsy stuff that, even if your non-dominant hand is the one that's out of commission, there's still, a lot of work with your other hand when you're painting, when you're drawing, when you're doing that stuff. So, yeah. All right. I got my homemade mocha. I sweeten it with honey. It's very good. I mix up my own mocha mix for it and everything. I almost considered doing a kitchen stream tonight because I was thinking about making a pizza. And I was like, I should just throw some pizza together and do that. But that would have required taking my entire computer system upstairs. And I was like, nope. All right, so anyway, Schizonoid Paraphrenic, album number 66. I'm going to set up something here so that I can have a click track on this when I need it. Let me, I don't think I have anything set up in here for you guys to see Reaper. Reaper is what I record into, and I should have checked this stuff before I actually got online. That would have been a crazy idea there. Okay, so I got a couple choices for that. Cool. Nope, not that. I'll probably just use that one. All right. Nonetheless, I do need to fiddle around with Reaper for a moment. I'm not going to be able to put that on the screen for you, but I think you guys will be okay. And fortunately, this won't take too long. Basically, what I'm setting up here is something that you guys will not hear. And this is something so that I can have a click track to play along to, and it won't be distracting to all of you guys. So I'm doing stuff and making noise, and you guys just can't hear it. You might get a little bit of it through the microphone, but probably not much. And there we go. Okay, click track. So this first song is called A Slow Descent into Madness. And this one I have played through a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and play through it here. There's a few parts that are a little on the tough side. And I'm actually going to, see, I'm going to jam this on here. Oh, no, I guess I can show you, there, Reaper shows up on there. That's my recording program. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Apparently this is not one of those times. Let me just throw a camera on here as well. And how do I do that? That would be how do I do that? This is not what being prepared looks like, Mr. Randy. There we go, video capture device. And we're using this camera here. No, we're not. Nope, that ain't it. Video capture device. Must be using this one. There we are. And we'll just smallerize that. Cool. So get a little everything going there. And what else do we got? So now, Slow Descent into Madness. This is an F minor. And as soon as I had put this together, I knew right away that I wanted to have pipe organ going in. I'm like, this is just, I just feel the pipe organ thing here. And I really like it. Really like the way it came out. And then I got a couple students, Scott and Michael, who are both really awesome. And they're both learning counterpoint. I teach counterpoint through a system known as species counterpoint, which is basically a very strict set of rules. Now, normally when we're learning music theory, we don't think of what we're doing as being rule-based. It's all idea. Basically, music theory describes what has been done in music. And a statement that I really